Hey, today I'm going to be reviewing the DaVinci Barefoot Lapworth boot in wax oxblood. DaVinci Barefoot is a new barefoot company coming out with a more casual line. Currently boots. They do have about 5 or 6 designs in men's and women's. They reached out to me and offered me this pair of boots, and I'm in love. I really like the color. This color goes with everything. I think red shoes are just very appealing, and I think they look fast and sleek. I will say out of the box, this shoe smells amazing. I know that sounds kind of funny, but you can tell that it's a higher quality of leather based on the fact that they actually smell really good. Reminds me of growing up in the Southwest and all the boot manufacturers out there for cowboy boots, walking into those locations and having that rich smell of very high quality leather. Now these are actually assembled in Mexico. I believe they're tanned there as well. They're tanned with higher quality oils, and the leather is hand selected. So this actually should last quite a while. Now, if the leather's oiled properly, it should prevent some tearing, ripping, and minor scuffing. But you can kind of touch them up. I haven't talked to them yet about what they suggest for that, but I do know that, if you use an off-brand, it may change the color. So if you do like this color and you kind of don't mind that distressed look, they may take a while to get to that point, but as of right now, I'm very happy with this shoe. Let me go over a couple of the specs. They do market this as an all-purpose shoe, kind of like a potential hiking boot, maybe like an alternate to a Doc Martens. Easily could throw on a pair of slacks, and with the Blitzer style, which means basically one-piece upper, it could kind of, you get away with it in the office anyway, kind of pass as a more casual shoe. It is zero drop, so meaning the back, the heel, and the forefront are on the same level. There is no heel rise, putting that extra, well, if you haven't adapted to barefoot, you might want to do it walking first, but it basically is going to keep the heel and the forefoot at the same level on the ground. These are, like I said, all leather. The interior is all leather as well. There is leather on the bottom, and I did notice that this leather is a little bit soft, so I was getting some rocks and stuff stuck in it, but I feel that probably after a while, after getting some ground oils and some other stuff, it's gonna, that'll kind of be mitigated. The rubber on the bottom here is coconut husk infused, so just using all of our resources and being earth conscious, using some coconut husk there to help the rubber stick together. So it should actually add a little bit of durability to it as well. The mid portion here actually is cork infused. So if you look inside the boot, it's kind of like a different color. Apparently that's cork infused. So if you know anything about cork, it takes a little while, but it actually will kind of shape to your foot. So I feel like the longer you have these, the more they're going to become almost unnoticeable on your foot. There is a 360-degree stitch down, and it is a contrast stitching. So again, kind of falling in line with that potentially more Doc Marten style. You have a rear pull tab here, which is nice on a boot. Tongue is not gusseted, but it is attached right down here at the bottom. It doesn't move very much or at all. So even here, it's kind of a little stiff pulling off to the side. But I have noticed some people have been wrapping their laces to kind of secure that, so the tongue kind of has something to hold on to anyway. I've only worn these a few times, but as far as right now, really happy with them. Been looking for something that is zero drop, that has a little bit of a wider toe, that I can wear casually, because I've gone to a few events recently where my toes have been very restricted, and a more dressy shoe, and I'm just miserable for the next couple days. I will say that they suggest, because these do run a little bit big, they suggest ordering a half size smaller. So I have a D width foot generally, and even though I've been migrating toward barefoot for a long time and using a wider toe box, the toe box fits fine. I generally wear a 9.5. The 9 fit fine. If you have a little bit wider foot, I would go true to size. That's just a suggestion. That's not what they suggest. That's from me, because I do feel even with this toe box, I could have potentially gone a little bit wider. Excuse me. Yeah, anyway, this shoe, I'm really excited about it coming up here in the fall. The weather in our area isn't necessarily conducive to wearing boots in the summer. And it's very humid and hot right now, so I'm not one, I think, that could get away with wearing boots and socks, but if you can, more power to you. If you want to wear this as a work boot, I don't know that it necessarily has enough protection for you on the toe, but the underfoot is great. They say that with this type of sole, even without the little copper lug, that it does have some grounding effects or earthing effects. So if you want to really kind of get in touch with the earth and you believe in the restorative natures and everything like that, then that's something that this shoe offers to you. I will speak about two things real quick. The heel, I'm very particular now with the heel of shoes. I hate slippage, and I have not noticed any slippage in this shoe. I don't know if it'll happen when it breaks down, but the heel is very nice. It does have a little bit of, I forgot what the top of this is called, the shank. It does kind of feel like it comes in just a smidge, but again, I think that area would break in if you do have a wider heel. And then there was no pinching up here. That's another thing. That some shoes, even with the wider toe box, they feel that when they start bending, they pinch. I was able to lift my toes and move them around, splay them as I liked. But again, like I did say, I would have preferred just a little bit more big toe freedom. I feel like the big toe should have a little bit more side-to-side splay action. But all in all, I'm super happy again with this boot. I can't thank DaVinci Barefoot enough. I really hope in the future that I have an opportunity to try some more of their shoes, and hope that they continue to make more shoes. I think that they have a great market right now with the whole barefoot world, and the fact that they're going with this lower drop, zero drop, so, or lower millimeters, and lower, I can't even talk, sorry, lower rise, zero drop. They're saying this is 6 millimeters right here. So even though I do feel like there's a good amount of protection in these, wouldn't necessarily say that there's the same amount of protection in a zero shoes or a Vivo Barefoot. I'd say this one would have actually a little bit more protection, but as they break in, they might feel a little bit more closer to the ground as that cork kind of forms to my foot, and then the upper kind of molds to my foot as well. If you want to check these out, send me a message. I may have a code for you, and I hope you try them. I hope you like them. Let me know what you think about them if you've tried them. Go ahead, leave a comment down in the bottom. Thanks for watching.